Hello everyone, welcome to my second video. I'm super excited. Like, I'm really excited. You have no idea how excited I am. Please click the subscribe button below and subscribe to my channel so that we can go on this journey together, have fun, and just see what the future holds for us. Today I just had one of my aha moments. There are moments in our lives where we have to be uncomfortable. We have to be uncomfortable for us to be propelled to our next level. It goes with that. As either you remain in a small corner or you say, I'm ready for my next level. So for you to go to your next level, it will come with a lot of uncomfortable moments. Let me tell you something that happened. I booked an interview with this international online radio. I was supposed to have done it last year in November, but for some reason the network just messed up everything, so I couldn't do the interview. So during the course of this week, I received another email from them that we are still interested in interviewing you. Um, are you up for it? I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. Because last time I was so excited that the network messed up because my nerves were just messing with me. I was not even ready for that. I still wanted to go to my small corner and play small. But then, I realized that, God, where He wants to take me to, I can't act small anymore. I just have to push through and be in that platform, that He has created it for me, and just believe in myself more and just believe that I can do it. So it's a bit of a journey. So you can't sometimes your mind acts um to bring a stumbling block before what God has set for you, because that your mind can be a stronghold to your next level. But I thank God. God is a faithful God. He loves us. He will propel us. Last year in September, I launched my first book. It took me more than a year to launch that book. I was so nervous. I was breaking down through that moment, that season, because I'm such an introverted person, and I always thought that if I write a book, I knew God has given me a gift with words. So I thought, if I start writing and I have to publish a book, that means everyone has to read my book. And emotionally, I don't think I was ready to carry what people will say about my book. I was not ready for people's opinions. So sometimes I think I just held back. Then, like I said, but when God is propelling you through greatness, you have to do it. You have to pay the price. Remember, in the book of Esther 4, when Mordecai said to Esther, Esther, who knew you were made a queen for a time such as this one? Do you understand me? Esther was petrified because Mordecai was saying, Esther, you need to say something to the king, because if you don't say anything, we are going to die. Esther, you are made a queen for a moment such as this one. That's when Esther declared the 3-day fasting. And she went to the king's palace and she said, if I perish, I perish. I believe, you have to get to that moment of saying, if I perish, I perish. Because the enemy has a way of just messing up with your mind and just bringing that low self-esteem into you, those things that you used to think about yourself in the past. When you are at the edge of your breakthrough, when you are standing by the riverbank to cross over to your Jordan, the enemy will start bringing those thoughts to your minds, and you start playing small. And this season is not time for playing small. It's all or nothing. You go all out towards what God has said about you, what God has said about your dreams. And through those struggles, every moment, every little act of obedience, I believed was building up towards this moment for me. And I'm very, very humbled by that. I'm always, excited. I look forward, you know, to just doing those small steps that are propelling me to where God wants to take me to. And I got interviewed today. I got interviewed about my book, The Beauty of Submission. If you read my book, in the preface, I say this book as a love offering to God. God has been the ultimate, blessing to my life. This book is about God. It's about my journey with Him, how far He has taken me. And if you read this book, the reason I believe God has been preparing me for this past few years. I was mentored spiritually by a woman. My spiritual mother. I love her so much. If you read this book, you hear a lot about her. A lot of the things that I've learned from her, how she has changed my life. I believe the impact she has created in my life is can't be measured by anything. It can't be measured by anything. So if you want to read a copy of my book, it's online as in Barnes and Nobles. You can get the ebook there. As inscribed, you can get the ebook there. But it wasn't even about the book. It's just about, this moment was just about just uh, encouraging every person that, sometimes we play small. We think, oh, who am I? Who are you? You're a child of God. Go for it. As limitless what you can do. Like I said in my past video, it begins with one step. For me, it began opening my Microsoft page and typing the first few lines to my book. Let me tell you something. I had no idea what I was doing when I was writing that book. I've never written a book before. The only thing that came close to writing a book from uh, my life ever was when I was in school, when I was writing an English composition. I started learning everything as I was walking along with God, what publishing meant, editing, everything, working on my manuscript, and when you become obedient, God will place angels in your way. I always tell people, for you to start, you don't need any kind of resources. God needs you to be obedient to what He's telling you to do. If you say yes, you say watch and see me do it for you. God placed several angels in my way. I had no idea what I was doing. Even up to the day I was launching my book, I was petrified. But one thing that I've always been so honored is that, I know that everything that I was doing, as long as I was doing it within the realm of His will, I'm good to go. I don't care what trap the enemy can set for me. I'm untouchable as long as I'm waking through within the realms of His will. That's the beauty of just being in Jesus Christ. He's amazing. He's a miracle worker. He's the way maker. You don't have to wonder about the why part. Half the times when I want to do something, I just set my mind to do it. For me, it's not even about saying, will I make it? I've done several things that I wasn't even sure what I was doing, but the Lord saw me through. What project do you have in pipeline? Are you a writer? Are you a singer? Do you cook? God has given us these gifts and talents so that they can sustain us and be a blessing to others. I never thought my life or my purpose was going to a 9 to 5 job and that was it. I always felt this emptiness inside of me that can never be fulfilled by anything. I just believe there was more I was supposed to do. And the greatest blessing in my life that can be, even rewarded by anything that is material is every day when I tell my story to others and, talk with other women that I mentor and, they say, we are so happy. I used to be here. I used to be there. Now I'm here. I'm happy because when I heard your story, it changed my life. That is the whole purpose. That's the best gift ever. Money can never buy that. So I always say, I want to be intentional with the words that God has given me because I believe that they are a gift to somebody else, somebody else. Thank you so much for watching my second video. I believe this is a journey, a roller coaster that we are beginning together, and let's see what is going to unfold. And click subscribe. Thank you so much.